are telling me today, the country's top epidemiologists tell me actual number of people infected with coronavirus in India is 20 to 25 times more than the reported cases. 8 million reported. You're telling me 20 times more, 160 million Indians at the moment are affected?
Absolutely. How do I know this? It's from the serological studies we have been doing. And that shows the true magnitude of infection.
You know, before I come back to Dr. Guleria, let me push the epidemiologists. You are telling me, therefore, that with 160 million people affected, 20 to 25 times more than those who have reported corona, does that mean we are reaching what we have spoken about in the past, Dr. Mulyal? The possibility of herd immunity slowly settling in, that we could have enough number of Indians now who already are immune to coronavirus?
I'm happy you remembered that. Yes.
Yes, so you are telling me what you told me a few months ago. We could be on our verge of reaching herd immunity. Are we on our way towards it? Is that what you're saying?
Rajdeep, this particular country is a very complex country. And there are, if you take section by section, area by area, there are certain areas which have already reached the herd immunity level. In other words, the new cases have fallen to single digits or less. There are other areas newly entering into the new infection rate. So it's a complex thing. And then you finally look at one graph, it is not clear. But predominantly, majority of the big cities have come up to high levels of immunity. So we are very fast approaching what we can recognize as a herd immunity, where the disease transmission comes down to so low level, it will hardly be discernible. It will cease to be a public health issue.
Okay, let me take that to Dr. Guleria, because Dr. Mulyal is saying, A, worst is over. We could be on the verge of herd immunity in several parts of the country. And therefore, in a sense, this completely changes the way we approach coronavirus. Do you agree with what Dr. Mulyal is saying, Dr. Guleria, that we could be on the verge of herd immunity, that 20 to 25 times more Indians could actually be infected in some form or the other with corona than the actual figures being reported?
So the number of people who get infected are much more than the number who are tested positive. And we know that because we know there are a large number of people who are asymptomatic or mildly symptomatic and don't get themselves tested. But when we do a serosurveillance, we will find that they have antibodies. It's difficult to put a number as to what is the exact number. Also, as has been said, it is our country is very variable. You may say that you may have a good amount of people who have had the infection in areas which saw a huge surge in the beginning, which is especially the urban areas where crowding was much more, the so-called urban slums. There one would argue that yes, there is possibility that there are a large number of people there have had the infection and have immunity to some extent. But there are two very important issues to keep in mind. One is that there are large parts of the country where we still don't have that much of herd immunity or people having had the infection. The serosurveillance showed a wide variation in different parts of the country. And the second part is we don't know how long this immunity lasts. There have been now a lot of cases of reinfection being reported from across the world. Therefore, to say that we've got infected once and we are now protected for a long time would be a little premature.
Is that what worries you, Dr. Guleria, that you are pointing towards reinfection? You're pointing towards your concern that as the festive season and winter approaches, there could be a spike in cases again. What do you therefore recommend? I want to understand from you at a time like this, what do you recommend? Because as you also said earlier, there is an element of COVID fatigue that's setting in.
So what I would recommend is that we need to really work aggressively to see that we continue with this downward trend and we don't become complacent, especially considering the fact that we have 3 or 4 factors which are against us. One is that we have the festive season going on and there are people who start going to shops, crowding, and we don't want that any of these events where there is crowds because of the festive season or because of markets being crowded, becoming a super spreading event. And this could be something that could have happened in Delhi, leading to the spike in the number of cases. Secondly, we know that we will have a winter in the north part of the country, and the cold air leads to an increasing number of cases or spikes in respiratory viral infections. This has also been seen in Europe, and therefore we need to be really vigilant in terms of the number of cases happening in this part of the country. So, and as we've already mentioned, air pollution is something which we also need to factor in. You've already shown that air pollution is itself another factor which can increase both the number of cases and the severity of cases, because air pollution per se also leads to inflammation in the lungs, leading to a higher chance of more severe cases.